how big of a head Dust has and why his ears are so ridiculously warm.
Oh.
Because I feel like my ears are in a sauna right now.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear that, but
why are you still
how is
here?
that unreasonable? Well, the Betway odds I don't think are too unreasonable. 1.04 in favor of Renegades against Singularity 7. But it is Renegades' pick, and we're going to see if they can lock it down and take a 2-0. If they actually potentially drop a map here, that does send things really interesting into later points of the group if we do get there. Or when we get there, I should say. Dapper, though, in the meantime, says, hey, we're not done just yet. We're not out of the fight as he picks up a quick 2 in the pistol. Gives him the man advantage.
Yeah, and also the bomb. That's the more important thing. The CT side currently have complete control of the bomb. Nice position from Wrath, and well, only one bullet. That's all he needed. JKS still has the P250 and a couple of nades, but I don't really know how he gets back into this one. The CT side have a tasty little crossfire set up on ramp. They have a man into the spawn as well. It's only really up to Liaz, and he does manage to dink up one. He's just trying to make as much noise as he can, I feel, to try and bait them into facing JKS, and JKS is actually going to be able to get the kill onto Seb. The one thing they do have is still bucket loads of time. 45 seconds. That's how you measure time.
That's my favorite way to measure time, actually, by the bucket full.
Actually, Liaz gets a second. Oh, sorry. He does damage to the other one. It's basically 2. Like, JKS sort of stole the other one. And, yeah. They're now looking to try and challenge onto the ramp. They brought this all the way back, looking like Dust might have another 4v2 to break down as that smoke now gets put. But Dapper's in such a strong position. This is smart. He wrapped around into the palace. They're going to go running past. I don't think they've checked anything here. And he's just going to wait until the last second to drop that bomb. It's now left all up to JKS. But he's got the chance. If he can just hit the shots, and again, JKS is going to win them around they shouldn't have had. The Renegades will bounce back, and I don't even know anymore, Jason. They just seem to be so clutch.
I don't know how he seems to do this. I mean, first of all, Liaz flanking in from B, comes into CT spawn, gets the dink up, and JKS gets the kill. Having the 2 players towards ramp, having the bomb, then losing control. That's so unfortunate for Singularity. What's that?
I don't even think JKS took damage. I might be wrong, but it didn't seem like it in the battles he took.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, no. Nate coming through. They're coming around the corner. Nate does some decent damage, actually. He's able to pick up one. And Seb does take down Liaz inside of Halls. Nazar catching out the rotate. Dapper. What just happened at the B side? I looked down for 1 second. I'd Nazar get the kill in middle, and he picks himself up a double. He might have just saved the round for the CT side.
Yeah, this battle coming in for Azza is not ideal when he only has a Mach 10. He has managed to get quite far forward. Oh yeah, Dapper. I don't think he realized how close it was, and now that's an SG retrieved. Relics, the only thing he has in his favor is the element of surprise. I kind of want Azza to just go back to A. He knows already that he's cleared this short spot, so he can just fall back, completely reset the round firmly in his favor. Like that's the problem. Like, as said, the only thing that Relics had was the element of surprise, and now he's going to be the one surprised when the bomb goes down on the other side of the map.
He does have an AK at least, no armor, but he has the possibility to win this round still if he does hurry quickly. No kit in hand, he's going to have to book it with his generic shoes. Nazar seems to know the direction he's coming from. He's going to spot him out. He gets the tag up, and Relics gets the kill. The Woo's coming out, and Singularity's going to win the round.
Yeah, big round coming out from them as well. Dapper with a couple of shots I can only imagine were beautiful. And yeah, everybody else just chiming in as well to finally close that one out. A decent clutch from Relics considering the situation. And we'll see what is actually going to be brought up by the T side. They do get a bomb plant, so there's an extra bit of cash, and JKS is going to be given the hero SG, which, hey, I can't really blame them for that.
Yeah.
He's had a fantastic first map and a decent start to this one as well. There's only one man on A. It's literally only Dazzle. He's going to get the smoke down, but he's got to be careful here. Rotation will be called for. AWP and a couple of rifles available for Singularity. So in terms of purchase, they are definitely in the better position here.
I would have loved to have seen Gratisfaction having a Molotov here to actually hit in towards Shadow. Would help make it a lot easier for JKS to swing out into sight. But now they have to actually keep their attention here. They're going to have smokes down towards, I would imagine, jungle CT. Just lining some things up. And Dapper really can't support him unless he wants to play ahead of a smoke. This is going to be very tough to maintain, and Renegades with the weakness of a lack of weapons might not affect them too heavily.
Here they go. Dazzle ready and waiting. Just a lot of damage, but doesn't manage to get a kill. The bomb is going to be crossing over. Not really anything they can do about that. An after-plant position gained for Renegades, and need to catch Gratisfaction a little bit. They still have some utility available to them, but you can see the T's just looking to try and get in the faces of their opponents. Gratisfaction going to be spammed through, made a bit of noise. Somehow he's still standing. CT side need to start getting some kills back into this, and I like that they doubled up on the ramp. JKS still with that SG, which is yet to even be spotted by the opponents, and Liaz may make it so that it's not even needed. Eventually that kill comes in, but it's just going to have to be the save, and what was just a fairly standard execution with a couple of decent shots is enough to give Renegades another round. Relics doesn't even need to get the kill, as the bomb will do the job, but it doesn't really matter. A round one, and the only weapon they invested into saved.
Were they able to rescue another weapon at all?
No.
Okay, so still not the most ideal situation for Renegades, though winning the round is obviously a big plus for them. And Relics with the AWP, holding on to that might be the big difference maker that they need. But where is he going to play from? He's going to set him up in towards halls. He's going to push towards short and looking towards middle. It looks like the latter of those two will actually be happening. And actually, I like this boost up here. Should be really hard to return this kill, but knowing my luck, Renegades will hit this shot. I think, yeah, he just saw the top of the head of Jacob. And this should be good for one. I just wonder how long they're going to stick and hold on to this, and actually goes for the shot, gives away his position, and he's just going to have to back away here. He has to be careful to not lose the big green.
Eventually mid-control. It's going to go the way of Renegades. Azza is another player that when it comes to window control and lurking around the back, he is pretty damn good at it, although I'm not sure he's going to be able to win this battle. It seems like Dapper is very aware. Oh, he timed his opponent's Gratisfaction, though, and there is Azza to get the kill. He somehow does it almost every time, and Relics, it's only one. Doesn't really change anything within this round. The remaining two players only on SMGs, and we're basically hoping to play close range on the B site instead. They're left in what looks like an impossible retake, and probably just going to be saving those weapons. They'll have to eco into the next round. It's not really forced by territory anymore. The one weapon that they really had was that AWP. I think they had a M4 as well somewhere.
Yep, that's who Azra killed in window.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the thing though, there's a few players that I do really enjoy sort of lurking through that position. I think Hunter's very good at it. I think Fur as well is very good at it, and Azza definitely fits that mold.
Yeah, we got actually treated to quite a few great Mirage games, because we got to see Fur on it. We got to see Art on it as well from Furia.
Yeah, he's another one.
And I get to see some Australian caliber. But yeah, like the timing of that too, because you were even talking about it, like he should not be able to win out in that exchange. But like the second we switched away from him, for some reason that player turned around to go back towards the A side, maybe with smokes and flashes being flown through, so it gave Azra the opportunity to get that shot. Really well read out of him, and a perfect timing. And he gets a free upgrade, more importantly.
Once again, they're just going to go for this A execution. It's been working very well so far. Relics spamming a few shots away. Isn't going to be be able to get anything already. 2 opening picks and even the SMGs, the small amount that they had saved over from the previous round, are unable to really do anything. Okay, Seb. Bit of a fadeaway shot to JKS. Oh, almost gets the shot to Azure as well, but not to be. 4 players still alive, and money really is being built up by the Renegades. This should be where we do get a purchase for the opposing side. It's just whether or not they're actually going to have the money for the AWP, because they did sneak around in the middle, which will have done a bit of damage to the loss bonus, of course. Not really the best outlook if it's doing damage to your loss bonus. That means you're winning.
It's like a double negative, right?
Okay. Dapper definitely seems competent with the scout, in fact. He's going to combine with Dazzle to give them a 2-man advantage. The big problem that we had on the previous map, though, is that they had a lot of these situations, but they weren't really able to convert too many of them. Jacob pushing aggressively. They've already got another kill. The AWP has been retrieved as well, and Dazzle's going to hit another shot. A great round coming out from him and Dapper, and somehow that's the one they managed to win almost flawlessly.
The scout play and the push towards ramp, catching them completely off guard, and well done by Singularity to just take the aggression to the front door, the front steps of the Renegades. Still obviously going to be able to buy in this round, though. We'll see if Relics with the op is able to do too much here. He's only gotten 1 kill so far, but hasn't had too many opportunities. And there we go, gets himself another, this time on a JKS. Probably one of the most important players that he could kill. I think with Azure being the second.
Once again, though, it is similar to Inferno. A lot of the early picks are going the way of Singularity. It's just normally the clutch play coming out of Renegades, which has been winning them these rounds. This is a little bit worrying in the grand scale of things. The last map, well, I think actually could have gone the way of Singularity if all those crazy clutches didn't happen. It's easy to say, because when it happens that many times, obviously there's something going wrong, and at the same time something going very right for Renegades, but it does give them a chance in this. Again, Wrath. He was someone to watch in the previous map. He's someone to watch again. A nice triple spray down. Doesn't give anything to Renegades. And even helps significantly boost the economy for Singularity here. They are sat with 7,000 or 8,000 across the board. Plenty of cash available to them. Something that can't really be said at the moment for the Renegades. And I think this young man is definitely someone that many people need to keep an eye on. It's been Dapper to start things off strong in this one. He's also, I think, 20 years old, so they do have a couple of younger talents.
What was it, the average age is 20?
No, that's
oh, that was
18K.
18K.
Yeah, because Seb's 28, so that does...
Hey, that's not that old.
Yeah, it could be worse. You could be in your 30s.
Yeah. Or it could be even worse. You could be not in your 30s and not have hair.
I sense...
I'm just generic.
bitterness?
No, just generic statements here. But Jacob gonna have the AK, and he does get the first and a second.
Oh,
what has happened in this round? Dapper's still gonna be on site though, but he has 3 other players to deal with. Jacob has gone down, so they did lose one of the AKs, but Grass Faction's able to pick up the M4. Then they come down to the 2-on-2, and Grass Faction with the only weapon's gonna have to hit some shots. Both players actually coming from the same angle. You can see Azure pushed up close with the P250. Well, they expected to be that close, and, well, he runs out of bullets. That was anticlimactic as hell. And Seb gets himself a double and gets Singularity another round. So 4-4.
It's Renegades, they boost window. Every round is expected, even if it makes no sense. They throw a smoke, they boost window.
Died to window once.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, like, didn't you guys die to him there?
It's like, that is literally that case. Like, dies to window once, the next round, they boost window every round.
That is the second round they've actually boosted towards window. But credit to them to kind of know that that's gonna be a major problem for them and to keep their eyes more focused on that spot.
That is the problem, though. Like, that's actually one of those things, because the second you start watching for it, they'll probably stop doing it. Like, right now, they're going to be going for just a pure execution. This has been one of the things that has been working quite well for Renegades, just executing onto the site, getting the bomb down. There's a lot of counter utility this time, but hasn't really been able to do much damage, and they're hoping for gaps in the smoke instead. Okay, Dapper just sprays right through it. Molotov going to be going down, along with the bomb. Azza again is going to pick up another one. It's going to make things so difficult. Liaz actually going to get right into the corner of this smoke. I don't think he spotted anything out. He's going to avoid the flash completely, but the second one will catch him. It doesn't matter. He's behind you all the way through. 3 players. Liaz just closes the round. A fantastic play from him. And Renegades have got a 5th now. Luckily, Seb is a baller. He's got 12K to spread between his team. And some of them still had some cash available.
Thing is, why would you ever expect that if you're Singularity either? With the smoke thrown there? I mean, maybe because the smoke was a little bit extra deep, they could have thought something was off. But they flashed through it, and he just pushed through the smoke at the exact same time, so no one spotted him out. Well done by him to play that perfectly. And look at this mid-aggression. I'm enjoying this as Dazzle's going to take the first one. Did they actually get a deep smoke there? To hold off any pushing towards middle? That's really interesting. I wonder where they threw that from. Obviously back towards CT spawn, but here we go. Gratisfaction kind of all alone in the site. Not the best weapon to have in this situation, but luckily he's not being pressured just yet. JKS is there to back him up. Seb's already taken down to 42. The Renegades 2 versus 5. They should not be able to get this bomb down, I would imagine. Not easily.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, JKS is a beast. Gratisfaction hits the shot as well. This was a 2-on-5, and Renegades are looking to take this round. Nate comes through. Wrath is low on HP. Using the pixel peek to come in for Gratisfaction. Not able to hit the shot, but time is going to start to tick away.
Taking a lot of damage. They actually get the kill instead onto JKS, but it's still down to the 1 versus 1. There is a kit for Wrath. He's been good so far. Gratisfaction isn't going to be able to hold on this time. Finally, we see a clutch situation going the way of Singularity. Even still, that was way too close for comfort. Another round almost slipping away from them. Renegades getting the bomb down as well will give them enough money to comfortably buy into this round, so the pressure isn't going anywhere just yet.
Bro, do you think we're showing them now mid?
Even still, it definitely seems like we have a game on our hands, Jason. Definitely not like our first series of the day where Liquid melted ATK like butter. Here we go. I said there will be patches available. Incendiary actually going into underpass quite early on. I wonder if that is an attempt to counter any boost available. A much slower round. Still though, we just see players from Renegades looking for these early fights. Liaz was good at getting the openers. This time, he's actually the one to go down after JKS finds the kill. Relic sprays early and almost manages to get 2. However, it's still going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And Dapper on the ramp may not have been expected. Gratisfaction so low on HP that really this should be another kill, but Dapper unable to connect the bullet. Again, we sit in a 2 versus 2. It just seems like this is where these teams like to play.
Oh no, is he gonna go back B? Such a smart play. Gets where they just baited him in towards the A site. Azur's gonna be there to help, and this bomb should be planted. These rounds have been so costly for Singularity. I know you mentioned Seb had 12K, but that entire economy out of him is just completely shot. Being the sugar daddy for the team. And his funds have run dry. But Seb has rotated back in. They have a feeling that it's going to be coming towards B. And little do they know it's going to be right. And I don't think Renegades are necessarily going to expect them to be there. They have to hit one hell of a shot. Gratisfaction's going to fall immediately. Now Azur's alone against 2. He gets the first. Going to spot the second player. Can redeem himself from earlier. Yes, he does. Renegades takes the round. Azur picking himself a nice double at the end. Helps secure it.
How many clutch plays are there going to be in this match? I'm not sure my heart can take it. Azur now winning the 1 versus 2. You almost had to hope that they'd trade that kill back. It was attempted by Wrath, but then the SG just too good. And while now both teams are actually with a bit of a dicey economy. Okay, Renegades definitely in a better state with their 4 rifles and just a scout, but CT side are forced to go for a force. Just a couple of SMGs, some pistols behind them. They have managed to do quite a lot of damage with limited weaponry in the past.
Just want to point out, by the way, Relics is on a very quick push.
Also, Jacob made sound. So I think Dapper knows he's here. It's just going to come down to timing of who actually gets this kill once the smoke fades. Dapper's not going to win the battle. As you mentioned, lots of information currently being gathered by Relics, but I think they probably know where this push is coming in at this point, as there's footsteps all over the A site. Seb, oh, so close. There seem to be moments that can just spring these rounds. This might be one of them. Relics, he's going to get 2 kills. Still, though, left with 2 players left to find, and he has retrieved an SG. The problem is there's no kit. I wonder if there's one to be had on one of his teammates' bodies. Smoke going to be going down, an attempt to get that bit closer, but there's still a man on default he has to deal with. It's Liaz and JKS in a bit of a crossfire. One goes down, and it's left into the 1 versus 1. The problem is the bomb's ticking so far. Relics knows he needs this kill. He needs it soon, and I don't know if he has enough time. He doesn't. I trust him on that at least. He's going to be running for the hills, and a fantastic attempt. Definitely picked up the worst weapon he could have done. I'm hoping he'll be able to get back and get an SG. He's earned that as a minimum.
Oh, no.
But we'll never know until the next few seconds. Do you think he got one?
There had to have been, because he killed a player there with a CZ.
The bomb went
upstairs.
off.
Yeah.
Could have gone anywhere, Jason. The mystery.
Into the corner, I think. The mystery weapon, the missing gun.
No, it's a mystery of the missing SG. Sounds like a interesting novel.
Oh, 7-5 and Renegades. I mean, they didn't have the best economy in that round as they had the scout. They still had obviously 4 rifles. You can take a timeout to talk some things over. And Singularity, they should be out of money too. They did have, I think, about 2 losses in a row. So the bonus, not too bad for them. But again, they forced into this. They know how. Oh, they didn't get it. That's unfortunate. I guess he thought it was an op, then switched over to it because he did have an SG.
Well, then maybe just ran out of bullets and just picked up whatever was close.
Push coming in towards the B side. Liaz leading the charge. He's got to play her towards the side, and Wrath will beat him with the first. Not getting a second, though, and Gratis Faction just picks up 2 kills extremely quickly. Seb, though, in the meantime, is still alive on site. This could be exactly what they need if you can take down JKS, but no, the shot's being fluffed yet again. The second time for him. And as they're trying to clutch it out, he does take down Dazzle, but again, a lot of damage taken for the Renegade side. But that's got to be a big hit to the morale of the team, especially for Seb.
There's been so many rounds like that. In the last map as well, I remember one of the clutches, I think it was the 2 versus 4, where 2 players fluffed their shots.
I think it was, wasn't it JKS now 2 rounds in a row that killed him too, that he was trying to kill and the JKS just pops him?
Well, that's just extra painful. Unfortunately, even though the rounds have been close, even though we've come down to 1v1s, even the bomb going off, it's still going to have to be an eco coming out. They're so good with the CZ. Dazzle! He only had 1 bullet left, just went for it. I have to say I'm impressed with at least the individual skill of the Singularity team. Sure, there seems to be a few moments which, well, make me squirm. But nonetheless, yeah, they've been keeping Renegades on the edge all the way through this match. Seb, well, he's not going to even get an opportunity this time. Wrath, 35 HP. Looking to try and challenge for the assist record of today, which is currently standing at 12.
That's a difficult record to break.
He's halfway there. Not really in with an opportunity to get one this round, unfortunately. Considering he's the only one left.
It's been a very rocky first half, though, for Renegades on the T side. Yeah, they will get their 9th round here, but thinking back how these rounds went, it wasn't like a decisive 9-5 currently.
No, and it could easily be flipped. I think that's something that needs to be said if there is anyone just joining us. Like, they are scraping through, but
Yeah, man, that.
a lot of, well, either no players surviving or one player surviving. It's been dicey, but they've come out on top. And I think that's, if it was the other way round, then I'd worry. But of course, this is going to be one of those moments where if you're sort of the favorite and you scrape it through, you go, ah, we're never really worried, were we? And in the back of your mind, you're going, oh, that was a bit close.
That's a bit close, huh? Well, now to the last round of the half. Renegades looking for their 10th to repeat what they did on Inferno. I do like this mid play out of Dapper, pushing up. Unfortunately for him, Renegades are kind of expect this and kind of waiting. Okay, so instead just going to smoke it off to maintain that control. Grass Factions take a bunch of damage. I believe that was over towards the B side through halls. Being spammed down. But it's so interesting to see the way Singularity are defending too, because they've given a lot of presence towards middle and towards the B site in quite a few of these rounds, leaving like one player left alone towards A. And when the rush doesn't come in, the rush doesn't come towards B, they do rotate a player or two around, but the late take in towards middle, got to be so careful if you're Dapper here. It's gonna be very hard for Relics to hold his back, but somehow he hits the first shot, completely blinded up, and now he's gonna push through, but it's gonna be a 2-for-2 exchange, and unfortunately he misses his follow-up. Now Renegades with 3 players alive and control of middle are gonna head towards the A site.
And the remaining 2 are the B defenders, so they are gonna be a little bit late to the party. A plant for Connector as well. The flashbang's so good, but Wrath has made it maybe a little bit further than they would have expected. Even still, Liaz is watching and waiting and leaves Seb alone. 1 kill goes his way. The spray through does so much damage, but unfortunately isn't going to get the kill. Liaz just holding his ground. This is so ridiculously close, but he knows that Az is there for support, and even peeks out and puts Seb down to just 6 HP. Not even going to be given a chance to get on that bomb, and it is going to be a 10-5 half in favor of the Renegades. It definitely wasn't as easy as that scoreline suggests, but at the same time, they got the job done, and now going into their CT side needing just 6 rounds, you have to feel confident they're going to be able to take it over the line.
Oh yeah, especially with the way JKS has already played in this series. Dapper, though, did have a couple of good shots on the scout. And Wrath being a little bit more quiet, but not necessarily due to him. I feel like they didn't really go towards that B site too often, so he wasn't able to be as impactful as he was on the map like Inferno. Either way, that's just going to be the first half. We still have the second to come up here. After what, Tom? The break.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be some better, lights off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Good down your gasket.
Welcome back, everyone, to Group C of the ESL Pro League for Season 10. It's currently Renegades up against Team Singularity in our second map, and well, shortly we're going to be into our second half. Currently, Team Liquid have taken their victory over ATK in a very one-sided fashion, and our Renegades looking to do the same here.
Can we get a number above 9? I feel like it's not fair.
I mean, Europe gets it. Why can't
My
we get it?
favorite number is 14, so if the guys from Betway are
Why
listening,
14?
I don't know. It just is. There's no reason or rhyme. It's pistol time. Here we go. Jacob is going to be there to get the opener. The second was pretty crisp, but the third will be the same. Even still, though, the trades have come back, leaving JKS. Oh, make that Gratisfaction. And they're going around the world, Jason. Back to the A site they go. Gratisfaction, with his beautiful moustache, is going to be defending the wrong side of the map. Luckily, he does still have a kit. And maybe in a world where they plant in the completely wrong place, he might be able to get a free kill. But instead, it is going to be back into that 1 versus 2 situation. Ooh. Spots out one. He knows that Relix is close. Relix just going to be playing a little ring around the rosy. And it's actually going to be Gratisfaction that dies because of it. So, pistol round for Singularity. A decent start for them, especially considering how crisp Jacob was at the beginning of that round.
The scariest part of that round was the fact that Jacob got dinked by Liaz.
Yeah.
He got gooshed by his own teammate. Wonder what could have happened if he didn't. Maybe having that kill a little bit earlier, maybe could have transitioned into a fourth, but what's done is done. The past is the past, and the future is now, as Renegades will be forced into this with the 4 pistols and the Scout. 2 MAC-10s and a Galil for Singularity. And we saw how effective Dapper can be with the Scout. Can Gratisfaction do the same, or will JKS just continue on his steamroll? Currently 16 kills. He had such an insane Inferno match, honestly. 12 assists. I think it was 28 kills. Or 26, one of the two. You know I'm bad with numbers. My memory doesn't exist. Where am I?
Well, late mid-control eventually going to be taken by the T's, but somewhat surrendered. You can see Liaz still having a little fish around just in case there is someone on short, but ultimately they're just trying to hold this one at distance. Dapper has already made his way into the connector, and Gratisfaction seems to have the idea that there's somebody there. This could get interesting. Now the chance of JKS getting 2 with the CZ seems slim. But if he gets faced 1 by 1, then maybe there's a chance. Spots out one of the players. They now know it's the push in. Jacob eventually gets there. Not as crisp as last time, but still getting the kill and runs out of bullets. JKS is somehow still standing, but eventually falls. Now it's left on to Liaz. He's dropped one of the players. Already dinked up. He's had some impressive clutches so far in this match already. However, Wrath already on the site, bomb planted, full HP. You have to feel like this is too much, and they're even going to rotate around to try and play this a little bit more together. And as he picks up the AK, he will fall. Singularity, they get themselves another round on the T side.
You want me to scout B or something? Yeah, Fnatic. I'm just gonna do Fnatic.
I'm going to do Fnatic.
Hey, whatever you do in your free time, no judgment here. but looks like they will be scouting towards B. No, they're not. They don't have a scout.
I've always wanted to look like Crims.
I wanted to look like Brolin. Because then I'd be younger.
I was like, that's a bit weird.
I wouldn't be so old.
So we'd be able to fit under doorways.
And, you know, airplanes wouldn't be as painful as they are for me.
Yeah, because Fnatic get business. Not quite, but there we go. Quick, clean round. Or not. Jacob still going to be able to get one. Going to try and reset his position. He's making a lot of noise. I think they should know roughly where he is. In fact, it seems like Dapper knows exactly where he is. Manages to get an extra one. Even going to juggle some weaponry over to him for an upgrade. But now the half truly begins. This is where we can see the CT side getting a purchase onto the board. I'm hoping we'll have an AWP for Gratisfaction. Still hasn't had the craziest games just yet, especially with the AWP. But it's just that knowledge that at any moment he can just step up and take over a round that is always quite enjoyable. And of course, the greatest moustache in Counter-Strike. Is there anyone else who even has a moustache in Counter-Strike?
There's got to be someone. But now you're asking the real questions. Let us know. 2 twists at ESCS with the hashtag ESL Pro League. And you can, you know, tag Tom and I in there as well. I'd like to know.
Or just send them all to Prius. He's probably quite bored right now.
I think Prius just wishes he could grow facial hair.
Just take one of the curls from his head. Okay, I'm going to move away from this quickly.
Does have fantastic curls. Well, it looks like Team Singularity is going to start to make the move with 50 seconds left. A site looking like the direction they do want to go, and I like this actual boost up to check towards short. If it came maybe 5-10 seconds later, Leas might have been on the receiving end of that boost. That nade coming through. I thought it would do a little bit more damage than it actually did, and Jacob's going to be waiting for them to come straight through the smoke. First one to be done and dusted. Picks up to the AK, looking for the second as well. Relic just jumps into him with the op. I'm not sure what the mindset was behind that, and well, JK's missing a shot he typically doesn't do too often. But Azur's going to be there, and Azur gets himself two. And, well, that's going to be a lot of rounds, or a lot of kills coming in for the Renegade side, and relatively clean. I think they only lost one. Azur's so lovable, by the way.
Buy him dinner.
Oh, I miss Top Gun on the old Renegades Vox Seminor team.
I did enjoy watching a bit of his major stream.
He's a really, really great guy. And if he ever shouts you a shot, say no, because you will end up being in the bathroom with someone else's room in a hotel and wishing you never had a drop of alcohol.
Okay, let's move away from your troubled past.
That was the worst flight home of my life.
Yep, still moving away. And yeah, we've seen a couple of rifles onto the board for Singularity, the extra money spent up. Interestingly, Dazzle's got no money here. The rest of the team still saved some, so I'm interested to see how that goes down in future rounds, but hopefully there's a method to the madness. They've taken control of mid. Fact is, though, it seems like this is almost a setup now from Renegades. They do get Jacob, however, and that could be a boost up into the window to net them an extra weapon. Azur is going to have to rotate off of the B site to gain back this control. He can't just allow them to have this, and it seems like the read from Singularity is actually quite good. They've gone, okay, window's isolated. Probably means someone's going to have to rotate. Let's just go barreling into this B site, and that is where they plan to make their move. The problem is the Az is here. Ooh, sprays down two. Do they even expect Azur? Well, they do now. Doesn't manage to connect his shots, at least initially, but you can't give this man too many chances, and there's only 20 seconds left. The cavalry arrives to the CT side, and Azur is still looking to hold this down on his own. Gratisfaction adds one more, and Dazzle's Deeg only gets him one. It will be a 12th onto the board, and as said, I was a bit confused by that Deeg purchase, because now I think everybody else is around 3,700 to the 4,000 marker, which would be a low budget buy, and he's left with 2K.
Come in. Let's buy 3 smokes total. Buy flash 2 smokes. Alright, let's go.
You heard them call about 3 smokes.
Are they going to nade mid? Good luck, Gratisfaction. Okay.
Doesn't need
Well,
luck.
that was very lucky.
He doesn't need luck. He's got the mustache. That's all he needs.
Well, that was a nade stack that was meant for somebody actually peeking the right-hand side, and he crossed, so... Like the idea. I'm always a big fan of seeing nade stacks, especially in rounds like this where you're going for a minor investment. Jacob already sprays, wow, one. And he does so much damage. Jake gets a little bit wild with the spray, and they are at least causing some cost in this round. Rath has actually managed to retrieve himself an M4. There's an opportunity here. He's even going to get the kill. Now, with the bomb on the site, they have a chance here. Liaz, however, is going to leave just Dapper alone. 19 kills to his name already. He wants to break that 20 marker, but they are going to look to try and peek this one together. He has the Incendiary to at least buy a bit of time, but Liaz is so quick on that peek. His teammate's already on the bomb. Renegades are just 3 rounds away from taking this series in a 2-0 fashion.
Yeah, a lot of sprays coming through out of the Renegade sides that just kind of off a little bit. Kind of missing quite a few shots. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but they win the round either way, and obviously they're going to still be happy with that. Gratisfaction starting to step up, starting to hit some decent shots too, which was kind of lacking on the AWP, at least on Inferno. But yeah, you see Dapper at 19, Relics at 18, Wrath at 15. On the other side for Renegades, everyone pretty much doing equally well. Seems like they just want to barrel in towards this A site. I'm not sure if they're actually going to throw too much utility to get themselves in. They're not going to preempt it with the smokes coming through. The counter flash is looking pretty decent out of Renegades, though, but no one really died just yet. And of course, we start to talk about JKS is able to hit his first. But that's all he's going to get, as Seb will exchange that kill.
Jacob. Bomb going down. Liaz even gets it through the smoke, and that's going to cause some real problems. Still, though, Seb with a couple more. Leaves Liaz once again in a clutch. The bomb is dropped. He knows he dropped it. Now, looking onto the ramp, looking in Palace as well. I don't think they know where he got that kill from. Obviously something that happened within the madness of this round, and he could have just left. Spots out Seb. I don't know how he gets that kill. Only 7 HP remaining. This should be an easy trade for Wrath. Peeks into the corner, and Singularity take it. And with the amount of damage they've been able to do over the last couple of rounds, that's going to be enough to set the CT economy back to scraps.
Yes, I think really making up for the anti-clutches that happen. Not even anti-clutch, just like kind of the missprays into JKS is able to redeem himself in that round. Able to gift up over to Relics as they secured it from the last round. And of course, the MAC-10 for Dazzle looking to make some big bucks. The B-side's open.
Wants to give them the old razzle-dazzle.
See, I knew that wasn't going to come up, but I was waiting for like the moment.
It's too easy a pun. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, but I'm all about those easy puns.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, come on. Oh, Dapper. That's going to be a big push out of middle. They're going to net themselves one weapon. I wonder if they're just going to save it. Or continue to look for more. It's not like Singularity really have the best economy either. And that's not the best weapon you want to have in middle. 7 HP left. Yeah, so Renegade's just going to hold on to the rest.
Oh,
no.
They're actually going to go towards the weapon. This could be a chance for some serious damage. He comes out from JKS. Now they know they're there. And already, there's actually a TK in as well. They're making this really costly, and Jacob even going to take the head off one more. They're trying to close out all these weapons. Gratisfaction probably just holds on to it, but hey, 4 kills in the end, making things very costly for the T side. And all they bought was a flash.
I think they only had one player on 5K for Singularity. The rest were on like 3.3 to 3.8. So really, Renegades did a lot of work in that round. You can see there the utility, a little bit lacking. They still have some decent amount on Dapper on Wrath, but they have a Galil in there. Molotov being thrown in. Wrath gonna push straight through it. And what a couple of shots out of JKS. He gets himself 2. Now Jacob looking to push it. He gets 1. He gets the second. And Seb will finally come in, but it's gonna be Seb all alone now against 2. That was a hell of a shot out of JKS, I have to say.
Seb's gonna get tagged. They know where he is. They still have all the utility. It was such a fast push out that the CT side have so much remaining. I'm sure there's even more left onto the site as well. This could work in their favor, though. It's actually a push coming into the top of mid. If Seb can somehow win this battle, he's actually in with a decent chance. He's only got 22 HP, but I'm not doubting the SG at this point. As I think just looking for a place to hide. Bomb finally going to be retrieved. I'm wondering if they even knew it was there, and oh dear, that's going to be the free frag. Seb now leaves it into the 1 versus 1. Liaz as well. Left with an AWP, definitely not the ideal weapon for this sort of clutch.
The smoke is not good, though.
I think Seb knows it, though. He's peeking the angle, even starting to refire through it. Liaz not going to be able to connect, but that nade is going to dunk. Oh, it doesn't quite kill him. In fact, it only does a little bit of damage. Threw it a little bit too far. Seb in with a real chance here. I don't think Liaz knows how low his opponent currently is. Sneaking his way forward, knows he's within the corner. I think he might even try and jump up onto the boxes here. A chance in this corner, and hits the shot first time. Liaz again. And these sort of situations just seem to be so deadly. And he's going to get this 14th round for Renegades.
I was almost expecting the nade to come out of him, considering he picked up another one while entering the site. But the first one didn't work out. But yeah, look at that, JKS. That's a thing of beauty, honestly. But
This
credit to
is
Seb.
Yeah, 1v4.
And he got the bomb down. Only on 16 kills, but I feel like that doesn't accurately reflect the impact he's made now in these rounds.
Yeah, no surprise to see the most damage done by JKS and Jacob. Wrath as well, still sat near or at the top of the board.
22 kills, the most in the server, and 7 assists.
It's not quite 10, though.
Yeah, but 12 kills is not quite 22.
12 plus 10 is 22. But let's ignore the fact that you could add the 7 to the 22. Nonetheless, 2 rounds is all it takes, and it's another force by Tech9 even coming in for Relics. Not something I think we've really seen much of at all within the Pro League so far. Lots of CZs. A few 5-7s even. But not much when it comes to the Tech9. Once again, we're going to see Underpass challenged and Gratisfaction there with the AWP. Hopes to find something through the smoke, and in all honesty, wasn't far away. Has to be a bit careful here. Dazzle is just round the corner. He will have heard the footsteps, but I think more importantly, to try and catch the moment. Jacob just with his spidey senses managed to work that one out. This smoke fading, but he's still going to get one as they look to push through. JKS underneath the balcony, but he's got support from Gratisfaction, and although a dink comes in, it's through the boxes, and Gratisfaction going to be able to survive. JKS catches one on the cross and knows that the last man is right around this corner. He won't be given the moment, though, as it's another for Gratisfaction.
I kind of like, I want to assume that was like mind games out of Renegades, because they knew they didn't have vision of window, right? And the flashbang came through in towards connector in a way that it was assisting them to get out of underpass. They can kind of tell. So Azure, instead of staying towards window just to hold it, he actually makes noise to let them know he's leaving through window.
I think that
and
was
then Jacob just rotates back in, and he's like, hey, what's up? That was really cool to see. Well, into round 26, 15-10 currently at the moment. Team Singularity with just pistols and an for Wrath. And Jacob, well, he wants to push middle. And he's potentially going to have 2 players there. Even Dazzle in towards underpass to rattle off a couple of shots. And creeping up towards the B site where Liaz will be waiting. Not the most, not a terrible weapon to have in this situation, but being by himself is going to be the difficult part.
Oh, here they come. Push coming through. One's already made it into the site. Unfortunately,
Oh my.
no real weapon, and the nades have done so much damage. A chance to pad those stats a little bit more, as there's going to need to be a miracle. Wrath's been pretty good with that UMP from what we've seen, but down to just 3 HP, and well, it's left onto Dazzle. 1 V5 clutch would have been cool on 1 HP, but in the end, it is closed out. Again, some decent rounds, I have to say, from Singularity. I think we definitely almost underrated them coming into this. I thought they were going to get absolutely stomped, but they did put up a decent fight, and there are